Welcome, and thank you for listening to the Without Judgment Coaching Podcast, where we dive into coaching for neurodivergent, high-achieving women who are ready to unlock their potential, regain their passion for work, and live the life that aligns with your dreams. I am Virginie, your host. I'm a life and career coach, and I believe that your career should be more than just a paycheck. In my business, I help my clients who suffer from chronic stress and who feel on the verge of burnout make strong decisions so they can lead the lives they want. Often, it seems like they've got it all on the surface, and yet, inside of them, there is this nagging little voice saying it's not enough. I'm here to share with you all the tips and tools that I've gathered over the years to help you see that you're not alone and that you can be in charge of what's going on in your brain. Tell yourself a different story to change the way you feel and show up in the world. It all starts with our thoughts. And that's good news because you can choose what you think on purpose. You can decide what you don't want to believe when it doesn't serve you. And in each episode, I'll teach you how to be on your side so that you can be successful in your own way. I am a life coach on a mission to get you to discover how to live the life you deserve. So hold my hand and let's go. Hello everyone, and welcome to Without Judgment. We are talking today in episode 27 about nature, and I'm gonna do a series of tools that I want to invite you to consider to add to your toolbox for your health, mental health, physical health, just to make you feel a little bit better. And what I mean by feeling better is really to connect or reconnect with yourself. If you feel like you're lost, you don't know who you are anymore because something dramatically changed in your life recently, or even not so recently, sometimes we need time to process change, and that's okay. Or if you feel lost in your thoughts. I know that a lot of my NeuroSpicy brains friends have that tendency of listening to 1,000 different things and even having their own thoughts about everything and anything all at once. And sometimes to cool down and be more calm and collected, it's helpful to have a go-to tool that you like to use. Not necessarily every tool is going to be the same for all of us, but I want to assure you there is something that will work for you. So let's dive in this topic of nature today. I find that for me and a lot of my clients as well, it's very helpful to go out in nature when we're starting to spin in our heads, have either lots of thoughts or a lot of negative self-talk. If we start to ruminate, if we can't get out of our head, basically, one of the go-to is to go into your body. Let me explain what I mean by that. I think it's very easy to forget, especially when we're at work, that we are not just our thoughts. We have a body that actually is speaking to us, sometimes very loudly. And in our modern societies, it's frequent that we ignore those symptoms because it might not be strong enough, or we can't find a rational explanation, or whatever else is going on, and we feel like it's almost too indulgent. I want to invite you to question that. Is it really you being indulgent, or is it really you being lazy, or is it that you need to kind of reboot and get out of your head to be able to process what's coming your way? Whether it's a presentation you need to do for a client, negotiating a deal, talking to your team, talking to your boss, even doing homework with your kids. We all have a lot of very, very different hats that we switch all day long. And I want to invite you to recognize, just take 1 minute, pause, and think about what's going on. Is it true? Are all those thoughts in my head really what's happening? For example, maybe, it's Friday and you hear of something going on. Either some coworkers are going out after work, or some of your friends seem to be gathering and you haven't heard. You haven't been invited. If you have a tendency to listen to your negative talk, and it's very human, I want to reassure you, we all have a tendency to give more weight to all the negative and not quite enough to the positive things that are happening. I want to invite you to do 2 things. First question, be curious about, is this really what's happening? Or could it be something completely different? Could it be that those people are going to talk about a specific project that I'm not part of? Could it be possible that those friends are getting together just because their kids are part of a certain activity and my kids are not? Could it be that I actually have something I forgot that I'm going to, and so they know I'm not available? And then, talking about nature, I want to invite you, if you are able to go, take a walk, breathe in some fresh air, get the sunlight. That will do a tremendous amount for you and your brain and your thoughts. And if you can't, it's actually also been proven that just watching at a picture of nature is also helpful to calm the chaos in your brain, basically. So try it out. Look at nature, go out, walk, hike, run. Go to the beach. Just enjoy a moment in nature. If you can on your own, just really both disconnect from the screen if you're not watching at a picture, if you're able to go out, and tell me how it feels for you. Reconnect to what's happening. What are you able of observing when you take that time for yourself? Also, not only is it nature and it's going to help with the light, it's going to help us with the different sensations and the focus of our brain that's going to need to pay attention to other things than the thoughts in our brain. But the movement of our body is really proven to be beneficial for both our mental and physical health. So I want to encourage you to take a hike or a walk or stroll this weekend and tell me about it. Leave me a review on the podcast, comment, DM me on social, or email me at withoutjudgmentcoaching@gmail.com. Also, I have an announcement today, is that I am launching next week a series of hike while coaching or coaching while hiking. That's going to be only for people who are local to the San Francisco Bay Area. And that will be 5 spots every week, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. every weekday. Different levels of difficulty, either flats or hill grounds. And that will be a new way for you to connect to yourself and to also benefit from coaching while you're outside and enjoying nature. If you want to know more about that, I invite you to go to my Instagram and go click the link in the bio, Without Judgment Coaching. All right, I'll talk to you next week. Bye. Thank you for listening today. If you like what you heard, you have to go to the website without-judgment-coaching.com and click on the link to book a free 30-minute discovery call with me. You can also find the link on my Instagram bio if you prefer that. I will show you how to reframe the stories going on in your head to serve you and get everything you want, whether it's a new job, a new hobby, or new relationships. Together we can decide if and how I can help you become your best advocate to live the life that you want. I can't wait to see you.